guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name is Michelle, and here I do mommy videos. So if that's the type of videos you like to watch, then I'd love for you to consider hitting that red subscribe button so you can see every time I have a new video. So today I am finally doing my weeks 14 to 20 bump date. For those of you who are new, I am pregnant with my second baby. My firstborn is a little girl. Her name is Mia Rose, and she is currently 2.5. And obviously I talked about it in my first trimester update and also in my pregnancy video that this pregnancy has just been a lot more, like, it's just gone by so fast that it's been hard to keep up with my updates, so I'm still trying to catch up. So currently I am in my third trimester, so I'm just gonna do this 14 to 20 week update, and then I'll do 21 to 28 weeks, and then I will hopefully be all caught up and be able to do maybe a little bit more consistent for the third trimester. We're gonna kind of see how it goes. I'm definitely winging this. With my daughter, I was able to like film every week. I did an update, and this time life is just way too busy, but I'm still getting this up because I think it's still valuable information for those of you out there who are currently expecting or are thinking about getting pregnant soon. It's still nice to see the contrasts between my first pregnancy and my second pregnancy, or just to kind of see what pregnancy could be like, because symptoms can be so different. So I will link either up here or in the description box my first pregnancy updates with my daughter, and then I'll also link the videos that I've done so far for this pregnancy. So let's get into it because it's a lot to cover. So week 14, baby was the size of a beet. I had no more nausea, which was really nice. I had round ligament pain. I was dizzy and lightheaded, and I started to get back pain. Obviously the bump was growing quickly, and of course round ligament pain. It's one of those things that lasts for so long. Week 15, baby was the size of an avocado. I had round ligament pain. I was out of breath, just like from basic things, just like if I walked too long or walking up the stairs or like talking too fast or talking too much. And I still had some congestion. Week 16, baby was the size of a pickle, and I had sore nipples, congestion, discharge, which is for me like one of the worst symptoms. Like there's just something about it that's just really unpleasant, and it's just ugh. And again, I had round ligament pain. Week 17, baby was the size of a pomegranate. I had round ligament pain. I was sweating a lot at night. Again, discharge, and I had vivid dreams and disrupted sleep. So my disrupted sleep was mostly from the vivid dreams that would just kind of wake me up or shock me, and then I just had a hard time going back to sleep and kind of like calming back down from whatever it was. Week 18, baby was the size of a sweet potato. I had increased appetite again because my appetite had kind of balanced out after the first trimester, but it kind of started to pick up then again, and I had round ligament pain and dizziness and lightheadedness sometimes. If I got up too fast, or you know, just kind of like random moments, I would just kind of get it. Week 19, baby was the size of a zucchini. I had a lot of hip pain and again the round ligament pain. Week 20, baby was the size of a banana, and I had a change in my hair, like a change in my hair like quality. Like with my first pregnancy, my hair actually got really like good. It got strong, it got thick, it was just like shiny, it was fantastic. And this time around, my hair was just dry all the time. It felt very brittle, like nothing I could do. Felt like my hair was never hydrated, just felt damaged. And that's why I decided to put my braids back in, but it just wasn't doing well, which was surprising. I would toss and turn at night more often, just trying to get comfortable, find a comfortable position. Again, shortness of breath, and round ligament pain. And then in terms of my cravings and aversions, I was craving chicken, which has been an all pregnancy thing, watermelon, which even now I'm still craving. I have some in my fridge that I just bought. Twizzlers were a big thing. Twizzlers and nibs I was eating for the longest time. And just a craving for like pop, like soda. Like I just wanted that more often than I was before. And in terms of aversions, the only thing I was really avoiding was rice. It's the only thing that I was just really like not interested in eating, have very little interest in having rice. In terms of appointments, I had my week 15 midwife appointment. I got my welcome package. I was dealing with talked about dealing with pain. So before my daughter, I had gallstones. And during my pregnancy, they never bothered me. I never had any issues with it. But when I had her about 3 months postpartum, I had a gallstone attack for the very first time. Ended up in the emergency room. And that happened quite a few times in like the first, I would say, year or so of her life. That I would get these attacks depending on like foods that I was eating. So I did start seeing a naturopath, and we just were looking at ways to manage it instead of getting it taken out, because I didn't want to stop breastfeeding. And so I kind of got that under control and was kind of deciding whether I was going to get my gallbladder removed or if I was going to just leave it and see if I could manage it and before the next baby. And then I got pregnant, as I decided, you know what, I just want to see how it goes. And they say that when you're pregnant, that a lot of the fat goes to the baby. So I think that's why you don't get a lot of the pain. But once you have the baby, things kind of shift a little bit. So I was getting some of those pains that I wasn't sure if it was a gallstone attack. And of course, there's nothing you could take. Usually I would take like T3, like Tylenol 3, which obviously can't take while pregnant. I would take Tylenol 1 because that was also over the counter, but again, can't take it while pregnant. So I was just kind of dealing with the pain. I would be up in the night, just pacing, just crying, and so much pain. Nothing would help. I also wasn't sure if it was maybe severe gas pains. So I started using things like Gas X. I would drink peppermint tea, anything, some heat that would just help to soothe it. And that happened on and off for about, I would say, 4 weeks. It could be like every day for 2 days, and then it would just be like nothing, and then it would come back again 4 days later. So that was something that I was talking to them about, what could I do, and basically everything that I was doing was all that I could do. But luckily after about 4 weeks that went away. I have an appointment that is coming up still for the anesthetic clinic because I did have some issues with my epidural. I had to get it twice because my machine malfunctioned, and so I had to get my epidural twice. So they just want me to go in, and also because I'm starting off at a higher weight than I did with my daughter. They're just concerned about that, like if that's going to be an issue. So they just want me to go in and do a consultation. So that's in November. I also have to have I had a genetics appointment. So we talked about booking that, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later. And we heard the heartbeat for the first time, which was really exciting. Like, it was something that I'd been waiting for since the beginning. About week 20, I had another midwife appointment. We talked about birthing options, doing an early glucose test, again because I'm starting off at a higher weight than I did with my daughter. They wanted to make sure that I was not predisposed, or that I wasn't on the verge, I think, of diabetes before it got too late into the pregnancy, because then they would have to transfer my care to an OB. So I did do the glucose test twice, and luckily the first time I passed, so I'm able to stay with my midwife. I have to take iron supplements because my iron is low, and we heard the heartbeat again. And in terms of weight gain, I had gained about 2 pounds at this point. My 20-week ultrasound was really exciting. Baby was head down, growing great. I was able to see all the body parts. Couldn't get all the pictures they needed, so we had to reschedule because of course baby wouldn't move, so we had to go back again the next week. But when we did, baby wasn't in the greatest position because baby was actually transverse that time. but they were able to get what they needed, and baby had a very strong heartbeat at that time as well. So in terms of special information, what I have here is the concerns about my higher weight, so that's something that's a little bit different. So doing the glucose test more than once and going and seeing about like how anesthetics would work with my birth. And then genetics. So I'm gonna do a completely separate video about it because it's a little bit of a longer story. But there were some genetic concerns we had even with my daughter. I'm not sure if I had mentioned it a lot in her updates, but my husband and I are both carriers of a trait called alpha thalassemia, and I'll talk a little bit more about that and what that appointment looked like, just because it's a lot of information to cover in a separate video. But that's why we had to go to the genetics clinic. We did go with my daughter and kind of went over, so this time it was just more of a refresher, but we did have that genetics appointment. And also, I know I haven't mentioned this, I don't think, but we are not finding out the gender of this baby. So with Mia Rose, I found out, I did the gender reveal party, I was excited, I loved it. But this time I wanted to have that experience of it being a surprise, and I kind of felt like it gives me something to look forward to. We just felt, I feel like I have a lot of things that I need. I've bought a few, you know, gender neutral pieces just in case, but I feel like I have all the big things that I need for the most part, so why not like have that be a surprise and just kind of wait and see. And surprisingly, it hasn't been difficult. I haven't really been tempted to find out. It's just something that I'm just so excited to find out what this little baby that we've been calling Nugget, to find out what Nugget is going to be. But anyways, guys, that is it for my weeks 14 to 20 pregnancy update. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions or concerns or comments. I'd love to read them and connect with you guys. If you guys aren't already subscribed, please hit that red subscribe button so you could join my little internet family, and I will see you guys in my next update. Love you guys. Bye.